We say hi to Bernard Hopkins.
Oh, good.
Yes.
Welcome back to the show, sir.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
How are you, buddy?
Bernard.
How you doing? How you, buddy?
How you doing, man?
Good.
Fighting, are you?
Yes, sir.
Yes, you are.
Ant said that, your age, you look like you're in amazing shape, obviously, but you're 45 years old, and we're around the same age.
It's just basic nature.
It's got to hurt a little more.
In the morning?
A little more?
No, but I think you live different than I did.
Probably.
I try to stay in shape,
Yes,
but I mean, just
this is a lifestyle. It's been a lifestyle for me.
Yeah.
I got aches and pains when I was in my 20s and 30s, and yeah, somewhat different.
A little different.
But at the end of the day, you learn how to manage that as you get wiser. Mm-hmm. Of course, that comes with aging.
Sure.
Some of us, not all.
Waiting for that to happen.
Yeah, but I'm good.
How long after a fight does it hurt? Like, you see guys come out of the ring. It's like, how many days are you like, you don't want to move?
Just lay in the bed, huh?
Yeah.
2, 3 days. I'd say about a week. I'd say about a
you
week.
lay around a week.
One thing about a boxing, it's punches that somehow that you can't, register all the punches that hit you in your body, your arm, your hip, your whatever. And the next day, you say, where'd I get this lump from? I don't remember back of your head, back of your neck, your shoulders. So, I got a lot of respect for football players because I understand they got more than one person they got to meet. But I know how I feel with one guy in there with him in the ring, whether I win the fight or lose the fight. You come up with some like lumps and bruises and that you don't even remember even getting hit with.
Where's the worst place to get hit as a boxer? Besides the obvious knockout punch, but where's that one spot?
The very worst place?
Yeah.
Low.
Oh, yeah. Low blow.
That's one of the worst.
I don't know how you guys shake that off so fast sometimes, because a lot of times the guy's like, he's on the rope, he's pulling his fucking
you can't
shorts
shake it
out
off, buddy. That's the point. You can't shake it off. What you do is you just say, I got to suck it up. And sometimes, you know what? The worst thing is, and I experienced this personally. I know this is a kid show, Disney, but whatever. But at the end of the day, I remember getting knocked out of my cup, if you know what I mean.
Oh, shit.
For 8 rounds, I had to go. This was painful.
Swinging in the breeze.
It was
with that
swinging in
thing.
the breeze. And I couldn't even use it, for God's sake. That's what made me mad, because I couldn't use the damn thing.
Oh, damn.
I like Bernard Hopkins.
That's gotta hurt.
But how great is the other fighter? How was the fight? I lost, but I punched his dick out of his cup.
That's great. That's history.
That is history.
Holy
That doesn't
shit.
happen all the time.
Did you win the fight?
Of course, I won the fight.
Oh, that's a good one.
And I've been winning a lot of fights over a lot of years, as y'all know. And I'm blessed to continue to do what I do at the advanced age of 45. I'll be 46 in January. So when the fight comes, getting near December 18th in Quebec, Canada, I'll be less than 30 days shy of being 46, which will surpass George Foreman's historical win over Michael Moore. When George was 45 years old, he did the unthinkable. He beat a young 26-year-old Michael Moore.
When did he come back to fighting? He was 40 what?
George Foreman, I think, was 42, maybe
Remember
41.
everyone thought he was completely insane at the time, and then obviously he proved everyone wrong.
He proved everybody wrong.
It's like
George
is back at 42.
But see, George Foreman always had that punch.
Yeah.
And in boxing,
giant meat hand to his.
especially if you're a heavyweight, really that's all you need.
Remember shaking his hand that day at the studio?
It's like shaking
a
bear.
It's
unbelievable.
giant.
He's
giant.
And Foreman was he was a bully in Houston. Like who are the guys that there were other fighters? He used to bully other fighters when they were kids. Like other.
He used to bully the bullies.
Yeah, Foreman was a frightening guy, man. Yeah, and then Ollie beat him, and
Can you imagine what he would have done if he didn't go away for so long?
yeah, he went away
That's
for
like
years.
frustrating as a fan. You're like, what are you doing, George?
A lot of heavyweights that became champion would never became champion.
Of course not.
Yeah.
I'll tell you that right now.
Of course not.
You think he hit harder than Ernie Shavers? They said Ernie Shavers is one of the hardest punches ever. You think Foreman hit harder?
It's different punches. You got George Foreman, thump. He was like getting hit with a tree log.
Yeah.
Okay? I had no experience in that, but back in my day in Philadelphia, before I turned sane, I know what the tree log feels. I've seen the reaction of it. But at the end of the day, Ernie Shavers, the Acorn, right? They call him the Acorn.
Right.
He was more of a snapping punching, which I mean a quick jolt and speed kills. And he was a heavyweight. He wasn't super fast, but he was faster than an ordinary heavyweight. George Foreman was just he would clob you. He would clobber you.
It's like getting hit with that fucking grill of his.
Right. George Foreman would miss you and knock you out.
Wait, you hear that?
He hit Joe Frazier.
And he missed him, actually?
He lived. They fought twice.
Right.
I don't know what Joe was thinking about.
He fought him twice?
He fought twice.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. And it was a rematch. Now, when a guy knocks you out in the 5th round, the first fight, you don't ask for a rematch. I mean, it could happen in 3 rounds, in which he did, knocked him out 2 times. He knocked him about 3 to 4 inches off the canvas. Yeah. They got a famous picture. I can't forget it. George Foreman and Joe Frazier. Joe Frazier had on white shorts with yellow trimming, and he got hit with an uppercut.
Oh, yeah.
And
Damn,
he had that style. He had that style. He crossed, and his feet is about 3-4 inches
he
off the
launched
canvas.
him.
That was I think he knocked him down like 6 times.
Yeah.
It was a horrible and Frazier was a tough dude,
He
man.
didn't win a second in that fight.
Oh man.
Yeah, Foreman was notoriously fucking frightening guy, and Ali wins the fight in Zaire. How, as a fighter, if a guy was, because Ali was so smart to
But
taunt
Ali
these
won
guys
here first.
in his head, right?
He was a
Ali
smart
won
fighter.
here. Well, Ali got the fans, and he got the. Excuse me, I cut you off. Go ahead.
No. But I say, as a fighter, how frustrated would that ruin your game if a guy did that to you? Because Ali did outsmart him. Like, would that, as a fighter, throw you off if your opponent was taunting you that much?
Well, not me, because I'm famous. I got some history. Remember the flag in Puerto Rico? You know what I mean? When I fought Tito Trinidad, I did a gutsy move that I'm not boasting and bragging about it because it was part of the promotion, and I got a lot of Spanish friends, and I like to go back to San Juan when I'm allowed back in there to eat and whatever. But me and Tito fought, and we had a press conference in New York, and then we had a press conference in San Juan, and I wanted to get in his head, and I took that flag and I put it on the ground, and we started out an all national riot. I mean, that was posted on networks that didn't even show anything about boxing. So that made a really, really, really controversial promotion hype. I never forget it. 2001 fight was canceled because of 9/11. We fought at Madison Square Garden. One of my greatest performances, as people know, I won that fight, and I became the undisputed middleweight champion of the world. But yeah, I love the head game, but you have to be able to back it up. You have to walk that walk and talk that talk, or talk that talk and walk that walk.
So what do you think, as a fighter, like, what's motivating you at 45 to fight? Obviously, you're still in great shape and you can still do it, but like a lot of guys just want to, after a certain age, want to just relax and enjoy the money. I'm sure you're okay financially. So what is it that makes you want to just do it again?
Well, other than loving the sport and loving what I do, I've been competitive for a long time. I believe I had a late start in boxing. I had a troubled past. I overcame that. I won my first title at 26, which is considered not a senior citizen when you're boxing, but it ain't a young 19 or 20-year-old like Oscar did and Fernando Vargas and the great young fighters or became old fighters. I think that Tom is not on my side forever, but Tom is on my side to at least fight a few fights. First, this one, win a championship, and then give him a rematch, and then see what I think of continuing or retiring. But my situation is a little different than anyone else. As I advance in age, I also invested in my age early on, 20s, 30s. And I take care of myself. If this can be a message to anybody, I don't care if you're an athlete or you're everyday working people, you must take care of yourself early, like an investing, and you will get the dividends and you will get the blessings later. I'm in a hard sport. I am a physical sport. I'm not in a shape where I've never been punched or I've never been hit. It's going to be some effects to any boxer who boxed for a long time, especially over 2 decades, which I have. But at the end of the day, I love what I do. I respect what I do. That's why I keep myself in tip-top shape every time I step in that square circle. And when it's over, trust me, I know people's heard this before. We know when to quit.
Yeah.
Do we know that some fighters don't know how to quit because of certain financial reasons, because the crowd that they intoxicated about. With me, I have a lot of good business going on, a lot of good people in New York and also in Philadelphia, Miami, and LA with Golden Boy Promotion with Oscar De La Hoya. I do have a niche to go and sit back and grab a virgin pina colada and sit back and relax and smell the roses. But I'm an honest hustler. And I like business. I like being in the light, whether it's at the table, at the office, or is in the ring. But I know that the ring is going to end and is ending, but it's not going to end on anybody else's term but Bernard Hopkins. I will end with dignity. I will win this title and be the oldest fighter in boxing time. That is huge. This is my motivation of fighting. This is motivation. This is motivation for me to make history again. And 21 defenses as a middleweight champion. I don't believe anybody in any era is going to break that record. Moving up 2 weight classes, being a 5-1 underdog, and beating Antonio Tarver for the light heavyweight championship of the world that Ray Robinson and